Okay, 5 minutes. Happy Saturday. Whole new angle. Trying out here. Um, Super dark and rainy today. So just hanging out indoors mostly. And today's post, I thought to stay in line with what's going on in the local Taiwan news media, I would make a comment about road rage today because it seems like road rage is like the true international phenomena because there's so much road rage in America, in the United States, where I grew up driving. I think I started driving when I was 15. You get your permit, 16, got my license, and I mean, until I moved when I was in my late 20s, I pretty much drove every day. And honestly, growing up in the States, at least in the places where I lived, I never really lived like right in the middle of a big city. Um, Most of the places where I lived, you needed to drive everywhere. So it would just felt like driving was part of every day, all day. Um, I guess if you're my friend and you live in the States, you know what I mean. If you're one of my friends that grew up in Taipei, maybe you don't know what I mean, but it's like that. And so when I moved to Taiwan in 2010, I didn't have a car, and then from 2010 up until just this year, I didn't drive a car. I haven't had a car, haven't needed a car, haven't been driving. It's just I live in the middle of the big city. There's great public transportation here, MRT, buses, taxis are affordable if you need to get a car somewhere late at night. So there just really hasn't ever been, I've never really felt like a need to have that. And so because of that, I haven't really been experiencing the road rage phenomena that I'm quite used to in the States. I mean, people get super pissed all the time driving because everybody's really frustrated and annoyed. Um, and because recently I got an older used car here in Taiwan. Out of necessity, it's been just the best thing that I probably could do for myself in my physical situation. It allows me to do so much more that I don't think I would otherwise be able to do, which, I already made a video about. But, back in the car, back on the roads, driving places, it's like, no, road rage is not just an American thing. There's so much road rage here as well. And it's a different kind of road rage, though, I guess, because, anyways, I just wanted to like point that out. I thought it was interesting because just in the last few days, uh, there's been a few huge accidents that have been in the news. One was a 78-year-old man who like plowed through a red light and into a crowd of people, killed like 3 people and injured like 12, and a bunch of kids too, just driving crazy. And it turned out that like he had like a history of these kind of like things, and had previously that day like rammed into somebody and like drove off, uh, just like a maniac, some kind of maniac. And then I just saw, I think it was this morning or even last night, another article about some guy in a Tesla that like caused this massive accident uh, because he's just driving like an asshole. And the irony is, yesterday I went to Computex, which I shouldn't have. It wasn't as cool as I thought it'd be, but I went to Computex, and on the way there, I had experienced two incidences. where two other drivers were complete assholes. A guy in a Tesla, ironically, sped up and like passed me and like cut me off going on an off ramp, just like dangerously cut me off. Complete chaos. And I think the thing that I noticed that I would comment on is that it's enraging. I mean, that happened to me, and I instantly felt super angry, and I wanted to honk at the guy and, like yell at the guy and, do something. I could feel that within me. Like, I want to get back at him, or, there's something that wants to happen. Like, I want to fight, and it's an emotion of anger and, revenge. I want revenge. And it's really hard to let that go when something like that happens, because, I can tell a story in a way that makes me right. Like, let's just say that that like this guy's an asshole. He cut me off. He shouldn't do that. I have a right to be angry about it. But at the same time, I'm still engaging in the phenomena of the road rage. That's why people have road rage. Now I have road rage because somebody cut me off. And, actually, if I engage in that and participate in it, I'm just as likely, or not likely, I should say, I have the potential to let that get out of control and be a part of some kind of accident myself, because I'm being aggressive now and I'm pissed off. And that's kind of how it works. And then 10 minutes, going on 10 minutes. I don't know if this is an interesting post today, whatever. But it's my blog, so I can say whatever I want. Also, this happened a second time. In the same day, another guy, this time in a white Mercedes, did the same thing, like cut me off in a line, like dangerously cut me off, where it felt like I could have been in an accident. And, from my perspective, it feels really unnecessary. Like you're trying to get ahead of me, one car ahead, and there's no point. Like, where are you going? It's like we're in a traffic jam pretty much, and you're, in a rush. And because of that, you're willing to, like, increase the risk of accident for everybody around you. And again, though, once again, that happened. And again, I felt like pissed. I think I did honk on the horn, like flip the guy off. And now I'm like enraged again. And, I think I was talking with Rita about how when I notice this happening, I try to, I try to distance myself a little bit from that. Instead of engaging further, I try to disengage, actually slow down, maybe even pull over, let the guy get far away from me, or girl, who knows. And then that helps get rid of that super negative energy, and that's probably the better solution. But I think the point of my post today is not that, but just noticing that, how many people out there driving their cars, these giant metal objects that go really fast and have the potential to injure, kill people. How many of these people are completely out of their mind, completely unaware, completely like super aggressive, angry, or selfishly focused on their own destinations and their own goals, completely inconsiderate of other people. I think it's really common around the world, actually. And anyways, I think the solution for that is just everybody slowing down and being more considerate and more aware. Anyways, happy rainy Saturday.